This week on Parenting Paused with Leslie Potter, who is me, we're going to talk about strategies. I find this so common with folks that I work with, and of course myself also. I always try to talk from my experience instead of being that expert voice, because I truly feel you are the expert of yourself. So in Purejoy, I work to guide you or to show little lights of places where you can explore for yourself. Because, of course, why would I ever have the answers for you in your situation when I'm not there and you are 24/7? But what I find for myself, this happened early on, and then I hear it from so many other parents, is that when we are uncomfortable with the external, let's say with our children's behavior, so when we have a disturbance inside, we are often looking for an external strategy to control our children's behavior so that we can be calm inside. And of course, I mean, we all do this, right? Because we want that. We talk about we want a peaceful home. But actually what we want is peace inside so that we can be with whatever is in the home. But we get confused by that, or most people do. And then we keep thinking that we have to control the external. And then when we're not able to, of course, we feel guilty. And then we beat ourselves up or we yell at our children. And then we kind of collapse, right? So one of the things is a collapse, that guilt into self-aggression, because our control didn't work. And then we have to really face into how powerless we really are over the external. Woo! Right? But there is a way out. I'm telling you, the way is in. Right, so we're always looking outside. So when we believe, again, I'll go over this, that our children's behavior is the cause of our internal disturbance, then our mind kicks in and it starts to tell us all these stories. Because, of course, if we're disturbed, the mind starts thinking, well, I can do this and I can do that and I can do this strategy and I can consequence or I can punish or I can not do that. I can let them do this or not let them do this. So the mind starts trying to come up with all of these techniques or strategies to manipulate that external to being the peaceful place, right? But I'm going to give you a little secret, all right? It doesn't matter what you do, what strategies you do, what you say to your kids, even though you might be saying it very calmly, or what you think, your kids are going to be feeling your feelings, your emotions. They're going to be feeling your disturbance. So I really want you to hear that. They feel the discomfort. And then when you project out and you make them the location of the discomfort, they experience this, right? So the very greatest thing I learned to do, and you can try this week and see if it works for you so you can find from your own experience, was to recognize when I was disturbed. And I was disturbed a lot, and I imagine you are too, because of all my beliefs, my ideas about how it should look, how children should be, how I should be as a mother. There were so many shoulds in there. So instead of meeting that moment in front of me that we've been talking about and recognizing my disturbance and then turning inward, I was often turning outward. And I find many people come to this work saying they want to turn inward, and they do, but then they're still looking for the strategies. So then when it doesn't work, let's say the kid's behavior doesn't change so much, then they kind of collapse and say, oh, well, this doesn't work. Well, what didn't work is that you still believe that your internal disturbance was being caused by the external. And I'm not saying it's not triggering it, it's awakening it. But that internal disturbance is usually due to a fantasy of an idea of how we think things need to be for us to feel safe and to feel okay. And you may have spent your whole life, I pretty much did, trying to create this calm, amazing environment outside. But Of course, that's impossible. So then when disturbing things came in, like my daughter's behavior, I would think that I had the power to change it. And so then I would either overpower her or I would beat myself up for not being able to. And then I would go look for more strategies again because I needed that behavior to look the way I wanted it to look so I could feel good inside. So in Purejoy, we see that challenge of our child's behavior instead of trying to control it or fix it or change it. We recognize the disturbance inside, take it to our SafeSeat, and if you haven't, we have a copy, a free, I have a free copy of a 5-day video series, SafeSeat, that you can get on the website. So when I talk about the SafeSeat, that's where that's coming from. But if we go to our SafeSeat and we recognize that internal disturbance, then we start to have a possibility not to go to the mind, which is like, how do I fix this? How do I fix this? Because the mind's going to come up with all these strategies. Or it's going to say, go to Google, or, look outside and you got to find a way to get your kid to stop hitting. You got to get your kid to listen to you, whatever it is. That's all in the disturbed mind. We're looking to the mind to give us the answers. Mm-hmm. So instead, if we are able to sit with those feelings that are evoked, and they are usually feelings of feeling powerless, helpless, rejected, abandoned, when we are actually able to offer kindness to those feelings, let me tell you, we can separate out from them. We are not our feelings. We are not powerless, helpless, all of those things. We have the power to turn in to be with us. We are powerless over our child's behavior, per se, unless we scare them out of it. But we can use that power that we have to turn in and to offer ourselves kindness. All right, I will see you next week with Parenting Paused. Thank you for listening to this episode of Parenting Paused. If you enjoyed the episode, do me a favor and share it with your mama friends. You can also leave a review wherever you listen, which will support getting the Purejoy message out. Come on over to the Purejoy Parenting Practice Facebook page or join me on Instagram to hear more. And don't forget to download your free copy of the SafeSeat course on the Purejoy website. And while there, check out the offerings page to go deeper in the Purejoy work.